The sharp end of the 30 cal FX Panthera. Hi guys, this is RACKNLOAD and I've finally got my hands on one of these. This is one of only 4 in the UK at present as I film this. Literally, I have been to the range to try this thing out on the day it was delivered here to the Rat Cave, and I've got to say, so far I am pretty damn impressed. This thing is a beast. It is a beast, there is no doubt about it. Now, you've probably seen 1 or 2 videos on YouTube, you know, the some of the big FX YouTubers that have already put these Panthera videos out, but I'm a little late to the game putting my one out because they've only just hit the UK. So this thing is really cool. Now, it's not a hunter. Would you use it as a hunter? Probably not. It's more of a long range precision shooter. Now, this is not, before I get started, this is not a full review. This is my initial thoughts on this particular rifle because I've been pretty excited to do this. So first day of shooting it, I've put around, I don't know, probably 300 shots through it so far on the first day. Got it dialed in, sort of tried out some pellets. I know this is built for slugs, but I thought I'd just experiment a little bit with pellets, get the barrel leaded up, and we've got to bear this in mind as well. Brand new gun. I've not cleaned the barrel, so maybe I should have done that initially, but I've just shot it. I was that excited. I'm like, I've got to get out and shoot this thing. And well, interesting results so far on the first day. Only just dialed it in, so I'll show you some paper in a minute, but I just wanted to show you guys this, and I'll roll in a bit of footage where I'm at the range just testing this. Just initial testing at 100 yards. Firstly, I zeroed it at, I think it was about 60 yards, and then I jumped in. That was initially sort of using pellets, sorry, just to zero it at about, it was about 60 yards, I think I lased it at. And then I pushed my gong out and I pushed my target board out to 100 yards to see what this thing could do. Like I said, barrel's not really sort of run in, so it was interesting to start with. Loads more testing of this rifle to come, loads more to come. What I will say is it's got a very low shot count, especially in the 30 cal, the FAC version, but it's not built for having a massive shot count. This is a precision rifle. I will hopefully try this thing tethered to a bottle, so I can basically just run it without sort of filling it up. But I found I was filling this thing up, well, every mag and a half I was filling it up. Maximum fill pressure is 250 bar, so yeah, about a mag and a half in 30 cal I was finding was about right. But let me show you, and the reason I put this video out, because I've only had this thing here a day, so of course it is not a full review. You know, I'll dig deep into a full review probably in a week or so when I've got a lot more data on this rifle. But I just wanted to I wanted you guys to sort of come along for the ride and you know, sort of show you what I've been doing with this. Now, the paper isn't perfect, all right, as ever, Rack. Of course it isn't. But these were my initial findings, and I'm showing you my zero targets as well. And these were with pellets. So, like I said, it's not designed. Well, it's not a rifle set up for pellets. It's ideally for slugs. That's the idea of this Panthera. So initially I used JSB Exact Diablos. I've not got my glasses on or my contacts in, so I don't know what grain they are. I can't remember. I've not even marked up these targets. So after initial sort of rough zeroing, well, that was one of my 0 ones. So I don't know what was going on here. But bear in mind the barrel isn't sort of leaded up properly yet, and this is with pellets. These were the groups I got. Now that was a tight, decent group at 100 yards. That was, believe it or not, but you can see it in the footage. That one opened up a little bit. Okay, ignore that one. Ignore that one. They were just zeros. So that's one target. Then the other one, I've got two more, was when I went on to slugs. Now I had to re-zero with slugs. So again, I've got a couple of groups on here with. So this is what like my mess about. These three, ignore them. Like I said, guys, you're along for the ride because this is a how it's going kind of video, if that makes sense. So slugs. That's when I sort of got my shizzle together to kite at 100 yards, okay? And then what I did find was it was getting better and better, okay? Now, I'm not sure if I'm feeding it the right slugs. Now, what I will tell you, the slugs that I'm using, or more to the point, what I won't tell you is I can't tell you the slugs I was using at present because they're top secret in development slugs. So I will mention it around sort of in February time. I'll mention what slugs I was using. I know that's a bit crap, but I'm not allowed to mention the slugs I was using for this particular test. I will use others, but I wanted to try these secret ones that I've got, which I've got loads of different grain weights of. So I pulled this thing in tight, as you can see in the footage, shooting off my Coldwell lead sled shooting vise, and I pulled in some half decent, they're not perfect, apart from the one, that was the best group I got, 100 yards. Okay, that one there, pretty damn happy with that. There was no wind or anything, but occasionally they were just opening up. So for a new rifle that I'm getting to know, and I've not set this thing up, so I'll just show you that. I've not set this thing up or twiddled with it or anything. It is factory. You know, I've not adjusted the reg or anything like that. It's just at factory settings, and you'll see that in the footage of the video. It's straight out of box with a scope on and shot. And I've got to say, not bad at all. Once I find once it's been running a little bit, once I give it the correct, once I find the right pills for it, I think this thing is going to be an absolute laser beam. And then I will stretch this thing out to a lot longer distance to see what it can really do. But my initial thoughts, and that's what this video is all about, my initial thoughts on the FX Panthera is I'm impressed. I am impressed. This thing is really cool. And do you know what I like most about it? It comes with an ambidextrous cheek piece that you can swap round. I've just got to clap for that. FX at last starting to cater for the lefty. Love that. So I was actually comfortable on this rifle shooting it, which was really nice. I don't want to go sort of too in depth with, you know, how I found it, because I'm saving that for the full review, but this thing is a beast. It is a beast. Now, what I think would be an interesting video, which I will sort of do in the future, is why would you want a Panthera over an Impact? Why would you want one? Well, if you want to get into precision rimfire shooting, but you want to do it with an air gun, which this thing be doing, I think guys are going to be doing this, using this rifle or using the FX Panthera rifles up against rimfires, where these are going to be way more consistent than a rimfire. So That is real interesting. That is when you're going to want one of these. You're not going to want one of these for hunting, I don't think, because of the low shot count. I don't think you're going to want it for hunting. But for precision target shooting of whatever sort of type that you're going to be into, this thing is going to tick the box. It really is. You know, it's kind of like, if this was a car, it would be a Ferrari. Super lightweight. If I say lightweight, just super sleek and slim, so you can get this through barricades. It's even actually got a barricade stop there, so it is kind of set up for that sort of shooting. But for your hunting, impact all the way. But that's going to be a separate video that I'm going to do. Why would you choose one of these over the other? You know, I think that would be quite an interesting video. I've kind of summed it up there, but I'll go a little bit in depth. But yes, the FX Panthera, I like it. I like it. First day out with it, guys. First day with it here at the Rat Cave, and I just wanted to share with you guys my thoughts. Knock my studio about here. My thoughts on this new rifle, and it is pretty impressive. But this rifle is going to get more and more accurate once I've got it set up right. Once I've found the right slugs for it, this thing is going to be super impressive. But it was absolutely smacking my gong at 100 yards. It was just punishing the hell out of that thing. So I am really looking forward to just getting this running a little bit, and then really stretching it out to 200, 300 yards. And this thing will come into its own. It really will. But no, guys, just I say a quick video. It probably isn't. It's probably about 15 minutes long now. Me jibber jabbering. But just wanted to share with you guys my thoughts on it. And it's cool. It is cool. It's certainly good looking. Just finding my feet with it. So yeah, real cool. Real cool. It is noisy though. I've got to say, the first thing I did notice, this thing is noisy. Whether it is the location I was, you know, noise sort of reflecting off buildings, maybe. But yeah, it's a bit pokey. But would you want to put a moderator on the end of that? This thing is going to be like 10 foot long. But wow, really cool. I just love. I can't help but try and sort of go into a review, but I can't yet. I have not got enough data. But I love how the dials are placed like that. It's very dashboard. I really like that. But anyway, guys, my first thoughts on the FX Panthera. I'm impressed. Very impressed. I'm impressed with how it looks, how it performs, the feel of it, the performance of it. But I need more data and really see what this thing is capable of. And well, that's all part of the fun, isn't it? So experimenting. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. Just a first look at the FX Panthera. It's pretty damn cool, if you ask me. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. That is Rack and Load. See ya.